Welcome to Untold Lores. The Last Keeper Awakens. Part 1 of 4. The ancient city of Valdris had slept beneath the desert sands for 3,000 years, until tonight when the blood moon rose and stirred something that should have remained buried forever. Kael Thorn pressed his palm against the obsidian gates, feeling the familiar tingle of magic coursing through the carved runes. As the last keeper of the Shadow Temple, he alone possessed the key to unlock secrets that could either save the world or damn it to eternal darkness. The gates groaned open with a sound like grinding bones, revealing a corridor that stretched into absolute blackness. Ancient torches burst into flame as he stepped forward, their blue fire casting dancing shadows on walls covered in forgotten script. Each symbol told a story of the Shadowblade War, when dragons ruled the skies and mages commanded armies with gestures. His mentor's final words echoed in his mind. When the blood moon rises over Valdris, the prophecy begins. You must find the dragon heart before the Shadow King awakens. The old man had died with those words on his lips, leaving Kael with more questions than answers. Now, walking through halls that had witnessed the rise and fall of empires, Kael felt the weight of destiny pressing down on his shoulders like a physical burden. The first chamber opened before him, vast as a cathedral and twice as magnificent. Pillars of black marble stretched toward a vaulted ceiling, lost in darkness, each one carved with the likeness of a different dragon. Their stone eyes seemed to track his movement across the polished floor. At the chamber's heart stood an altar of pure crystal, and floating above it, pulsing with its own inner light, was the dragon heart. The legendary gem was larger than his fist, its faceted surface containing what looked like liquid fire frozen in time. As he approached, the pendant at his throat grew warm, resonating with the ancient magic that filled this sacred space. But something was wrong. The chamber should have been protected by guardians, by traps, by the very magic that had kept it hidden for millennia. Instead, it lay open and undefended, as if someone had been here before him. His hand moved to the sword at his hip, fingers wrapping around the familiar grip as his eyes searched the shadows for signs of danger. The silence stretched until it became oppressive, broken only by the soft whisper of his breathing and the distant drip of water somewhere in the darkness. Then he saw them, footprints in the dust, leading to the altar and then away again toward another passage. Someone had reached the dragon heart first and chosen to leave it behind. The realization sent ice through his veins because only one being in all the world would have the power to resist the gem's call and the wisdom to leave it as bait. Kael's hand closed around the dragon heart, and the moment his skin touched its surface, visions exploded behind his eyes. He saw armies of shadow marching across burning lands, saw dragons falling from crimson skies, saw himself standing alone against a darkness that devoured everything in its path. But in the final vision, he saw something that made his blood run cold. The Shadow King wasn't trying to claim the dragon heart, he was trying to corrupt its guardian. And Kael was walking straight into a trap, 3,000 years in the making. As the visions faded, laughter echoed from the passage beyond the altar, low and mocking and utterly inhuman. The laughter belonged to someone Kael had trusted with his life, someone who had been dead for 10 years. That's it for Part 1. Follow Untold Lores for Part 2, like and subscribe for daily stories.